Legend of Yufei Chapter 40.
We're setting the scene with the powerful Jurchen general Wu Zu. He's absolutely desperate to break the famed Song general Yu Fei. What's fascinating here, I think, is that Wu Zu isn't just relying on brute military might. No, he's employing this psychological warfare strategy. It's so clever and so ruthless. It's designed to hit Yu Fei exactly where he's most vulnerable, his family. This isn't just about winning a battle, it's about breaking a man. And maybe a nation.
That's exactly right. See, Wu Zu was initially experiencing immense frustration. His forces, they couldn't even capture Yu Fei's small soldiers, his outlying troops or skirmishers, let alone breach Yu Fei's main defenses, which the sources describe as like iron tight. This stalemate wasn't just a military setback. It really highlights the strategic genius of Yu Fei. He wasn't just a commander. He was a master of defensive positioning. So if direct military force was failing, Wu Zu knew he had to think completely outside the box, outside the battlefield, really.
Okay, so direct force isn't working. He's got to pivot to something, well, far more insidious. What was this chilling insight, the thing that completely shifted their strategy?
It came from his military advisor. The crucial piece was realizing Yu Fei's ultimate vulnerability, his deep, unwavering filial piety towards his mother. Now, this wasn't just respect like we think of it today. In imperial China, filial piety, jiao, was this profound cultural and ethical obligation, a cornerstone of society, really. It meant absolute devotion, absolute obedience to one's parents. For a general like Yu Fei, whose loyalty to the emperor was also paramount, this presented an agonizing conflict. The advisor understood this cultural linchpin could be weaponized, basically force an impossible choice.
So the target wasn't a fort or an army. It was deeply personal.
Precisely. The target was Yu Fei's mother, Yao, and his entire household. They were living unprotected in Tangyan, miles from the front lines. And the objective, not to kill them outright. No, it was to capture them alive. Use them as leverage. Just imagine the choice for Yu Fei. Surrender, betray his nation, or face the guaranteed death of his entire family. It's a truly diabolical plan, designed to break a man's spirit.
A completely devastating choice. And the execution, how they planned to do it, was just as devious, right? Relying on deception.
Oh, absolutely. Wu Zu dispatches his marshals, Sui Lihuobao and Yajeng Zhangzanu, with 5,000 soldiers. But here's the kicker, the critical detail. They're disguised. They're under the guise of Qinhuan, literally loyalty soldiers pretending to come to aid the Songkhas. They secretly cross the Yellow River, probably under cover of night, to launch a surprise attack on Tangyan. This isn't just about stealth. It's about sowing confusion, betrayal.
It really highlights the ruthless nature of this conflict, doesn't it? Honor and deception just constantly clashing. Okay, so while this intricate plot is unfolding, the story shifts focus. We go to the Yu family estate in Tangyan, a big place, 100 or 200 mouths living there. And this is where we meet our unlikely hero, Yu Yun.
And what an introduction he gets. At just 12 years old, the novel describes him as tall and handsome, awe-inspiring, even a rebirth. The text really emphasizes his innate intelligence. Apparently, it was truly off the charts. His teachers found him perplexing. He'd learned like 10 things from just one sentence, often getting them totally stumped with his questions. They all ended up resigning, one after another, saying they were too shallow to teach him.
That's just astonishing for a 12-year-old. Does this self-taught mastery, does it signify more than just intelligence, maybe a predestined calling? That's often a theme in these epic tales, isn't it?
It absolutely does. This motif of the child prodigy, the one who outpaces their teachers, it's common in heroic narratives everywhere. It signals this innate, almost divine connection to their future role. In Yu Yun's case, it suggests his understanding of warfare isn't just learned, it's almost instinctual. With no formal teachers left, he just gravitated towards his father's military books and strategies, became proficient all on his own. And the sources underscore his superhuman strength. Constant practice with spears, clubs. He even had a full suit of armor and weapons made. He was quite literally born ready.
And then there's his grandmother. His mother, Li, tried to rein him in, but his grandmother just absolutely doted on him, loved him like a treasure, which meant she indulged his martial interests, let him do pretty much whatever he wanted. That indulgence seems key, doesn't it? It suggests that even against, societal norms for a young boy, sometimes that deep, unconditional love can unintentionally foster a warrior spirit.
Indeed. It's a fascinating counterpoint to his mother's more conventional concern, her worry. His grandmother's indulgence allows his raw talent to just flourish, unhindered, and that's pivotal for what's about to happen. So the story continues. It's a scorching hot day. Young Yu Yun, sneaking away from his mother's, rides out with 2 retainers. He's eager to escape the estate, maybe play by a river.
Just an ordinary day in the countryside, sounds like, until, bam, the skies open up. A torrential downpour forces them to find shelter. They end up in this dilapidated, deserted, ancient temple. They take off their soaking clothes to dry, just waiting out the storm. But something truly extraordinary is about to happen in that musty old temple, isn't it? Was this just random, or are we seeing fate at play already?
Well, in these kinds of epic narratives, very little is truly random. Feeling drowsy, Yu Yun lies down on the main altar and just drifts off to sleep. He dreams of a battlefield. Presiding over it is this fearsome, blue-faced, red-bearded general. And flanking him are two other generals, Lei Wanchun and Nan Jiyun. They're demonstrating these magnificent hammer techniques. The Force vividly describes these intricate moves, searching the mountain, boiling the sea, golden coins falling. This isn't just any dream, it's a vision, a powerful moment of premonition.
And the boy is absolutely mesmerized. He's so captivated, he cries out loud in praise, saying something like, "Wow, what splendid hammer techniques. Truly rare, unmatched." This alerts the Dream General, who demands to know who's watching them. Yu Yun introduces himself, Yu Fei's son. The general seems impressed, instructs Lei Wanchun to teach him the hammer method. And here's where it gets really interesting. Yu Yun instantly feels like he's always known the technique. He performs it with natural ease. What does this instant mastery tell us about heroism in this story?
It's a classic trope, right? It indicates his destiny as a warrior isn't just about training. It's inscribed in his very being. He's not learning, he's kind of remembering. The dream functions as this divine anointing almost, a confirmation of his inherent martial prowess. And then when he wakes up, he sees the altar has a plaque. It's dedicated to Dong Ping Wang Suang Zhonggong. And they're statues of General Lei Wanchun and General Nan Jiyun, exactly like in his dream. This isn't just a dream, it's a divine confirmation of his destiny. It validates the whole vision.
Absolutely, a moment of profound realization for him. A sacred calling. He bows twice to the deities and secretly vows, right then and there, to repair the temple, regild the statues. He doesn't just receive the vision, he takes on this sacred responsibility.
And he acts on it with incredible swiftness and conviction. The very next day, Yu Yun tells his retainers, "Forge 2 silver hammers." This isn't just a whim, it's a direct, literal response to his dream, an immediate embrace of his newfound destiny.
But the first pair, they weigh 30 caddies, which, okay, is about 40 pounds, and he says they're too light. Can you imagine a 12-year-old saying that? He demands heavier ones again and again until they finally reach a staggering 82 caddies. That's over 100 pounds. He only accepts them when they feel right to him. This specific detail, it just screams superhuman strength, doesn't it? It cements his legendary power. What does a detail like that communicate to the audience in a historical novel like this?
It's a crucial nugget, yeah. It anchors his legendary status. It moves him beyond just a talented kid into the realm of the truly extraordinary, almost mythical. It serves as concrete evidence of his preternatural ability, enforcing that idea that he's not just skilled, he's chosen. So from then on, he dedicates himself to daily secret practice with these immense weapons. And remember his vow. He gets a hefty sum of money, a couple hundred taels of silver, from his mother to fulfill his promise. He makes sure the temple is fully repaired, the statues restored. This blend of martial skill and piety isn't just about strength, it's about character, fulfilling a sacred duty.
Okay, fast forward a year. Yu Yun is 13 now. And his grandmother, always the pragmatist it seems, urges him to visit Lu Guangxi, the local Duyuan, sort of a governor or commander. She reminds him of his father's past achievements. What do you make of this? Is she subtly trying to nudge him towards his own path? Or maybe keep him grounded?
Probably a bit of both, I think.
Yeah.
She's nurturing his ambition, but also trying to manage it. What's fascinating here is that Guangxi, well, he'd been instructed by Yu Gon's grandmother to deliberately avoid telling him where Yu Fei was. He pretends he doesn't know his posting. They're clearly trying to protect him, right? Keep him safe at home, away from the war.
But you can't keep a secret from a future hero, apparently. As Yu Yun leaves Lu Guangxi's place, he overhears guards talking about a broken drum at the gate. This seemingly tiny, innocuous detail turns out to be the crucial piece of the puzzle. They explain it was broken by a General Niu, who was impatient collecting grain supplies for Yu Fei's defense of Niutu Mountain. He struck it with his whip in frustration. Boom! That's the aha moment. Yu Yun now knows exactly where his father is and that he's in a tough spot, needing supplies. It's such a brilliant narrative device, how these small, overheard things can have massive consequences in these stories.
It truly is. It speaks to that idea that destiny often reveals itself through subtle signs, but only to those ready to see them. And the grandmother, when Yu Yun gives her his fake report about the visit, she immediately thinks, oh no, he's going to secretly flee to join his father.
Yeah.
It confirms her instincts about his determination. Her foresight is remarkable, almost like she knows his destiny too.
And her fears are realized almost instantly. The very next day, panicked retainers burst in. They report countless fan soldiers, it's the Jurchen army, are close, right there, intent on capturing the family. The house must have been in utter chaos.
A complete chaos. His grandmother and mother are described as frightened and helpless, servants running everywhere, paralyzed by fear. It's the picture of civilian terror facing invasion.
But not Yu Yun. The 13-year-old calmly steps forward, reassures them. He even downplays the enemy's numbers. Well, it's only 3,000 to 5,000 men, he says, and then declares his intention to kill them all. It's an incredible display of, well, almost unfathomable confidence from a child. Is this just bravado or something deeper?
I think it's more than bravado. It's the manifestation of that innate warrior spirit, plus the recent divine confirmation of his path, right? He doesn't see an overwhelming enemy. He sees an obstacle he's destined to overcome. Predictably, his grandmother initially scolds him, calls him ignorant of the world. How could such a young boy utter such big words?
It's an understandable reaction, isn't it? Very maternal, rooted in love, and, frankly, terror.
But Yu Yun, ever the pragmatist, offers this chillingly sensible compromise. Look, if your grandson cannot defeat them, it's not too late to flee then. Faced with no other options, and maybe seeing that steely resolve in his eyes, his grandmother agrees, makes a pact. It's a moment where a child basically convinces his elders to trust his judgment in a life or death situation. Incredible.
The lion is about to roar, indeed. Yu Yun wastes zero time. He quickly dons his armor, grabs those massive 82 caddy silver hammers, and leads over 100 family retainers out of the mansion. This isn't just a boy playing soldier. It's a young commander taking charge, fully embodying his destiny. Within just a few, maybe a mile or so, they encounter the fan army. Yu Yun thunders a challenge, demands their leaders face him. The sheer audacity. A kid confronting an entire army. It speaks volumes about his conviction.
And Su Liuobao, the Jurchen commander, he completely underestimates him. A fatal error. He scoffs at the small Nan man blocking his way. That's a somewhat derogatory term the Northern Jurchen use for the Song people sometimes. It highlights his arrogance, his cultural disdain. He just sees a child, not a force of nature.
And that arrogance costs him everything. Yu Yun shouts his identity. I am Yufei's eldest son, Yu Yun. Before Zhu Liuobao can even react, Yu Yun strikes him square on the head with a hammer, knocks him dead right off his horse. It's swift, decisive, and absolutely brutal. The first blow from this young warrior. No hesitation.
Not at all. Then Zhang Zanu, the other Jurchen general, he charges with his axe, furious at seeing his commander fall. But Yu Yun, with incredible speed and strength, parries the axe with one hammer and crushes Zhang Zanu's skull with the other. Another swift, brutal blow. In mere moments, two seasoned enemy generals are felled by a 13-year-old. It's a powerful statement in the narrative about his sheer quality, his skill and strength.
Two generals down in seconds. The fan soldiers watching their leaders die like that, they just flee in terror. Yu Yun pursues, killing many as they scatter. And just then, Lu Guanxi, the local commander who had heard about the invasion, arrives with his troops. He basically mops up, completely annihilates the remaining fan forces. The text says, not a single one escaped.
It's a total rout. A testament to Yu Yun's devastating initial impact, which essentially just broke the enemy's will to fight. Lu Guanxi and Yu Yun return to the Yu Mansion. All the local officials come to pay their respects to the young hero. He has single-handedly saved his family and his home, transformed from a prodigious child into a certified war hero basically overnight.
But the adventure isn't over. Not for Yu Yun. He immediately pleads with his grandmother. Let him go to Niutu Mountain. Let him go help his father. He's not content to just rest on his laurels or defend his home. He's driven towards the bigger conflict.
His grandmother, still worried sick, advises him, wait a few more days. Let's prepare travel provisions, get you some escorts. She's trying to protect him, of course, make sure he's well equipped for such a dangerous journey. But her efforts are, well, kind of in vain.
Because Yu Yun is impatient. He's acutely aware of the urgency. He fears any delay is just a trick to keep him home. He thinks, a slow doctor for an urgent illness. That says it all, really. Deciding he can't wait, he resolves to go alone. This impulsiveness, combined with such fierce conviction, it's a hallmark of many young heroes in these stories, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It highlights that drive, that singular focus that often defines legendary figures. So that evening, he secretly writes a letter for his grandmother, tells his personal servant to deliver it. Then he quietly opens the main gate, mounts his horse, grabs his hammers, and just rides off like a wisp of smoke. It's a dramatic, determined exit, a clandestine departure into a very perilous future.
The guards, terrified to disobey him, but probably also terrified for him, report to his grandmother. She immediately dispatches family members to chase him, but he's already vanished into the night. More people are sent later with provisions, also heading towards Newtu Mountain. But for now, Yu Yun is on his own, a 13-year-old riding into war.
He's been riding for 4 days and nights looking for Newtu Mountain. Needs to join his dad's army. He gets to a Newtu Mountain, but it's just like empty hills, barren, no soldiers, nothing. He's totally confused, thinking, did my dad already win? Where is everyone? So he asks a local woodcutter, hey, this Newtu Mountain, you and Sha. And the woodcutter kind of sets him straight. Nope, this is the Shandong one. You want the Hugong one. Classic mistake.
Yeah, a geographical blunder. And it immediately sets this tone, right? This quest isn't going to be straightforward. There will be detours. And right away, he faces this crucial choice. The woodcutter tells him, there's the main road via Shangzhou. It's easy going. Or there's this little path. It's quicker, saves several days, Songti, but it's tough. Mountainous, overgrown.
And Yu Yun, he takes the hard path.
Exactly, which tells you a lot about him. He's eager, maybe a bit impatient, definitely driven. It's classic hero stuff, too. You always take the hard path, right? That's where the adventure happens. That's where you're tested.
And sure enough, things get interesting fast. He's only gone about 10 li, what's that, 3-4 miles? And his own horse starts to falter. He sees its losing condition. And he's worried. It's a long way to go. But then, almost like magic, he hears a horse neigh. He looks over, tied up in the woods. This incredible horse, described as deli and mel, like fiery red charcoal. And it's fully saddled. Talk about convenient. Maybe too convenient.
Definitely seems that way. And in these stories, yeah, that usually means something's about to happen. Yu Yun, being practical, sees nobody around, thinks, okay, maybe I'll just swap horses, get there faster. Makes sense for his mission.
But just as he's thinking that, this huge shout comes from the hill. "You beast, why aren't you going?" And he looks up and sees, well, you tell them.
This is just an amazing entrance. You've got this small boy, maybe 12, 13 years old, and he is literally dragging a tiger down the hill by its tail.
Wow.
Yeah. This single image, it just drops your jaw, instantly establishes his unbelievable strength. This is no ordinary kid.
Right. And Yu Yun, he sees this, and instead of being intimidated, he decides to play a trick, be clever. He shouts out, "Hey, little boy, that tiger's ours. We trained it to play. Don't hurt it. Bring it back." You get the idea. He's trying to bluff his way into maybe getting that horse.
And the best part, the boy believes him. He thinks, oh, no wonder it was so easy to catch. It's tame. So, trying to be helpful, he grabs the tiger neck and legs and just chucks it down the hill. But the text tells us the tiger was already dead from the fall.
Oh, no. He killed the pet tiger.
Exactly. It's this darkly funny moment, shows his incredible power, but also he's kind of naive, right? He just accidentally killed the thing he thought was tame.
So even before they properly talk, what does this tell us about them?
A whole lot, actually. Yu Yun. Quick-witted, opportunistic, maybe a bit cheeky, but also curious. The boy. Physically amazing, almost scary strong, but also, yeah, trusting. Naive. It's like brains versus brawn, starting this little dance of wits and strength, sets up their whole relationship.
That makes sense. And Yu Yun, he doesn't back down. He sees the dead tiger, sees the boy's strength, and pushes the prank. He yells, "You killed my tiger. You owe me a live one. Juta over." And then, get this, Yu Yun himself picks up the dead tiger and throws it back up the hill at the boy.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
He's testing him, seeing his strength, but also showing off his own a bit. It keeps that competitive thing going. And the boy, he's impressed now too. He gets the tiger again, says he'll catch a live one. Another day, still playing along, sort of.
But Yu Yun's not having it. He's like, look, it was tame. It's dead now. What use is it? Shoot truck. And then he finally gets to the point, all right, fine. Just give me the horse's compensation. And this is where the boy just completely flips the script, right? He's not naive anymore.
Not at all. He smiles and calls Yun out. You're fool. He even quotes a proverb. As the ancients say, raise a tiger behind closed doors, it'll hurt you when it grows. How can you tame a tiger?
You show. Then he says, you just want my horse. You were trying to trick me. He saw right through it.
Which makes you wonder, how does a kid this young know proverbs and see through tricks like that?
Exactly. It tells us there's more to him than just muscle. He's smart. He's got this sense of honor. Probably comes from a pretty impressive background. So, no more games. He pulls out his weapon, a green dragon crescent blade, jumps on the red horse, and issues a challenge. Beat my blade, you get the horse. If not, get lost. Straight up duel.
Yu Yun accepts, grabs his own hammers, gets on his horse, and they fight for 40 or 50 rounds right there on the hillside. And no winner.
Incredible fight. Two young powerhouses. And during this fight, Yu Yun actually has this moment of doubt. He thinks, wow, if I can't even beat this kid, how am I ever going to face 1,000,000 soldiers?
That's pretty revealing, isn't it? Shows his ambition, but also humility.
It's super important. It grounds Yu Yun. He's not arrogant. He recognizes talent, respects strength, and holds himself to this incredibly high standard. It also tells us just how insanely skilled this boy is.
Then the fight just stops. Because the boy says, hold up, it's getting late. I gotta go home for dinner. Let's fight again tomorrow.
Yuju! I love that. So normal. Right in the middle of this epic clash.
It's a great touch. Reminds you they're still kids, despite everything.
Yu Yun's worry he won't come back, though. Says, leave the horse as collateral.
But the boy, showing his honor again, says, no, I'll leave my blade.
Oh no! He hands over his green dragon crescent blade. That's huge.
Wow, like leaving a piece of himself.
Pretty much. It's a guarantee he'll return, and then he just rides off.
Leaving Yu Yun alone. Getting cold.
And this amazing image. Yu Yun pulls the dead tiger over and cuddles up with it to sleep and stay warm.
Practical, I guess, but also kind of weird and wild.
Definitely memorable. Shows resourcefulness, maybe, and just how rough this path is.
Okay, so Yu Yun's sleeping with a dead tiger, but he's not alone for long. Another twist is coming. Later that night, this local gentleman shows up. And Gyeonwei, like a wealthy landowner type. Name's Cheng Kui. He's out with his servants, one carrying a lamp, and a servant yells, look out! A tiger's eating someone in the woods! Pack the A-team!
Yeah, classic setup for a reveal. Cheng Kui goes closer, carefully, and finds Yu Yun just sleeping, holding the tiger, wakes him up, concerned. What are you doing sleeping here? With a dead tiger?
And then Chen Ki spots the weapon Yu Yun has, the green dragon crescent blade.
And he instantly recognizes it. Hey, that's my nephew's blade.
The plot thickens.
Big time. This is where it all starts connecting. Yu Yun introduces himself properly. My father is Yu Fei from Tanying County. I'm Yu Yun.
Ooh, you. And Chen Kui immediately gets super respectful, knows who Yu Fei is, of course, invites him back to his estate. Hospitality kicks in. So back at the estate, Chen Kui confirms it. The boy is his nephew, Guanling. And then the other huge reveal, Guanling's father. He was a hero from Langshan Po, named Great Blade Guansheng.
Boom! Two legendary bloodlines meeting right there. It's incredibly significant. Yu Fei, the ultimate loyal general. Guansheng, a famous hero from Water Margin, the outlaw epic. And Guansheng is often portrayed as a descendant of Guan Yu.
The god of war from the Three Kingdoms,
Bleh.
who also use a green dragon crescent blade.
Exactly. So Guanling inheriting that blade, that skill,
Yeah.
it all makes sense. And having Yu Fei's son and Guansheng's son meet like this, it's like destiny bringing together these different strands of heroism. The loyal patriot and the righteous outlaw brother. Powerful stuff.
But Guanling, when he first sees Yu Yun at the house, he's still suspicious. Tells his uncle, don't listen to him. He's a trickster. Tried to scam me for my horse.
Haha, yeah, he holds on to that grudge for a second, until Cheng Kui sets him straight, tells him who Yu Yun really is.
And then Guanling's reaction is great. He's like, oh, you're really young, Master Yu. Why didn't you just say so? I would have given you the horse. We didn't need to fight all day.
Right.
Total change of heart.
And Yu Yun replies really graciously, too, something like, well, if I hadn't tried that trick with your dead tiger, how would I have gotten to see your amazing blade skills?
And they both just laugh. The ice is totally broken.
It's a fantastic moment. That initial fight and trickery actually forged this really strong bond built on mutual respect for each other's skill.
Absolutely. It wasn't politeness. It was trial by combat, almost. which leads Yu Yun to propose they become sworn brothers. Do you?
A huge deal.
Massive. They do the 8 bows to the sky, formal ceremony, and young Guanling, though only 12, accepts Yu Yun as his elder brother.
Cementing that alliance. And Chen Kui asks Yu Yun to look out for Guanling later on too.
Yeah, setting up future stories, reinforcing that bond.
So next morning, departure time. Chen Kui gives Yu Yun a detailed map to the right Nutu Mountain this time, Kuyu, and gives him gold and silver for the journey. Really generous. And then the final amazing gift from Guanling himself.
This is the big one. Guanling brings out the fiery red horse.
The red hare.
Yes.
Yes. He brings out the red hare Xia and gives it to Yu Yu.
Wow. Isn't the red hare like the most famous horse in Chinese literature, the Bu's horse? Guan Yu's horse. Exactly. It's legendary. Associated with the greatest warriors. For Guanling, descendant of Guan Yu, to gift this specific horse to Yu Yun, it's immense. It's more than friendship. It's like passing on a legacy. Acknowledging Yu Yun is destined for that same level of greatness. It's symbolism overload in the best way.
Guanling is sad to see him go, though. Walks with him for a bit.
A touching moment of this new brotherhood.
Okay, so Yu Yun has a map, money, a sworn brother, and a legendary horse. Things are looking up right. He's back on the difficult path, but now he's equipped.
You'd think so, but this is still the dangerous path.
Yeah. Afternoon comes, he's riding through this really dense, mountainous, wooded area, tough going, and suddenly the red hare steps wrong, falls into a hidden pit trap.
Oh, no.
It's hears big rumble. Both Yu Yun and the legendary horse just tumble down into the pit, and before he can even react, bells ring out from the sides, and then grappling hooks shoot out from the trees, aiming right for him.
Captured. Just like that, after everything. Let's talk about a cliffhanger.
It's brutal, and the chapter ends with this really sharp proverb.
Wolim, which means?
Roughly, a dragon in shallow water gets messed with by shrimp, a tiger on flat land gets bullied by dogs. It's this stark reminder, isn't it? Even the mightiest, a dragon, a tiger, a hero like Yu Yun on the red hare can be brought low by circumstances, by traps, by being in the wrong place.
Even with a legendary horse and noble blood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your environment, the situation can neutralize your strength. It makes you wonder how much of power is innate and how much is just being on favorable ground. It leaves Yu Yun totally vulnerable.